Hi, my name is Dina Gilmore, and I'm a full-time student at Red Rocks Community College, and I am a shamanic practitioner there that normally offers weekly classes doing a shamanic healing journey. However, COVID-19 happened, and so we're taking everything virtual, everything online. So I'm still offering these, but everything is digital. So a little bit background about me is I started studying in 2004, and I got my rite of passage, which is a graduation, in 2009. So since 2009, I have led about 1,000 or more of these circles, normally in person. However, I've learned that started to do these digitally. So for purpose of today's video, I will be doing a shamanic healing journey, and in just a moment I'm going to go over just some basic rules that you'll need to know and get you set up for success to be able to do this. So we had a snowstorm today, or it started actually yesterday, in Denver, Colorado metro areas, so we've got quite a bit of snow. So watch this little clip I've got here. Of all the snow that has accumulated since yesterday. So, and it's still coming down, it is still snowing. And one thing I want to do for you guys before we do the journey is I want to make sure you're grounded, because it definitely really helps if you feel a little flighty, or you know, you just don't feel like you're in the here and the now. Let's do a little grounding technique to kind of help get you set up before we do this journey. So I want you to envision you're in a beautiful meadow. There's beautiful green grass beneath your feet, and your feet are planted on this earth, and they're growing down into the ground, through that soil, through that earth, and just really being grounded into the earth and going toward the core of Mother Earth, just growing deep, deep, deep down into that core, to where they reach the core, they wrap around that core, and they come back up to attach at your ankles. So basically you're a grounded and rooted tree where you can be fully present for yourself to do this ancient technique called the shamanic journey. So take a big deep breath, and then on this first big deep breath, I want you to exhale anything that you might be holding on to, anything that's keeping you back, anything that's a worry or a burden or on your mind, and just take a big deep breath. Fill up through all the way through to your diaphragm. Feel that expand, fill out your lungs, feel your lungs expand, and then exhale out through your mouth anything you're left holding on to. And then on the second deep breath, I want you to feel as if you're taking in Mother Earth energy up from the base of the earth, up through your feet, your legs, into your stomach, your solar plexus, up through your chest. Expand those lungs wide, maybe take an extra little breath on your inhale, and then exhale through your mouth anything that you might be holding on to or is holding you back. Good. And then on that third breath, I want you to do the same thing, but really take a look at something that is in your mind or holding you back, or, you know, is worrisome. And I want you to be willing to release and let that go. So take another big deep breath up from the earth energy, up from Mother Earth, all the way up your core. Really feel it in your solar plexus, in through your heart chakra, and then breathe out your mouth anything that you're holding on to or holding you back. Good. And then set your intention for this journey. Intention is huge for a shamanic journey. So for my intention, for all of you that are watching, it's simply to be able to offer what my training is, offer my leadership, offer my shamanic skills. For a new skill, hopefully for you to learn or to enjoy while you're in the comfort of your own home. And I say comfort of your own home because I know it's a self-quarantine thing, but it's a great time to cocoon and go within and do self-work. And this is a beautiful tool to be able to do self-work. So I do hope you enjoy it. I do hope you can set your intention of, mine is just that you expand, I awaken you, maybe to something new, and you enjoy something for yourself that deeply connects to self, to community, to all the spirits and the guides that are on the other side that help us every day in every way. Whether we see them or not, doesn't matter. They're always there to help us. So I ask for that you call your guides to you, whoever you work with, whether you know or you don't know yet who you work with. Call them to you for your highest benefit. If you work with healing angels, archangels, Kuan Yin, Buddha, Jesus, whatever and whoever you work with that is here for your highest good, call them to you so that you can do this work today. All right? And just some basic rules I want to cover about shamanic journey and having a circle is, one, you want to be comfortable. You want to be somewhere where you're going to be in your own element, meaning maybe in the living room, on a couch, on your bed, on a pallet, on a yoga mat, somewhere where you can actually lay down if you choose. You can do this sitting up as well, but laying down offers usually the most comfortability. And if you need something under your knees, I know when I do this, I always have something underneath my knees to support my back. So if you have pressure on your back, lordosis, any back issues whatsoever, you want to make sure you put a bolster, some pillows, something to give your knees some elevation and provide comfort so you don't have so much compression on your spine. So what you want to do is be in a comfortable position if you can, sitting or laying. It really doesn't matter, except you might have a more experienced journey if you get to lay down. Have something to cover your eyes. It could be a bandana, it could be an eye mask. Those are great. Whatever works for you, because if you block out all the light, because right now it is daytime. I don't know what time it is when you'll watch this, but right now it's daytime. So being able to block out all the distracting light, you actually go into a deeper type of journey. So from there, you'll want to also have hopefully a blue pen. Blue, if you don't know, carries a higher vibration than black. So I always encourage my students or people who come to a circle to have a blue pen instead of a black pen, just for the vibration. And pen and paper or a journal. You can write this down in a journal, because some things may not make sense that you can actually refer to later or at a later date. One of the things about shamanic journey is you're in control the entire time. It is very similar to a meditation state. So if you're experiencing something within your journey that is a little disruptive or it feels uncomfortable, try to stay with that journey so that you can receive the information that you're ready to receive. So prime example, you're in a journey and you're just in a black cave and you just see these yellow eyes look at you, and then all of a sudden you get eaten by a big bear. So that specific journey is really about that you needed darkness. You needed to shut out everything that might be clouding your energy or your space, whatever that may be. And the black bear actually eating you is a symbolic of a part of you that just needs to die, meaning might be an old story, might be an old relationship, especially the one you have with yourself. Could be a number of things, but it's usually representative of something needs to change. So take that into account when you're doing a shamanic journey. So if something does feel cumbersome or it's a little scary, try to stay within the journey, but know you're in control the entire time. You can actually sit up, you can discontinue the journey, you can stop this recording. So be aware of that. And then also try not to touch my face. I know it's so hard. It's such an old habit, and I have a dog hair that is on my glasses. So I'm trying to get that off of there. But anyway, so you want these tools that are around you to support you in this journey. And I actually drum live. So in a moment, I'll be drumming for you where you can be comfortable. So you want to make sure that you silence your phone. You also want to make sure that you don't have distractions, like dogs here. I had to put one of our dogs up so that there's no distraction and you can be free of that so that you can actually experience the journey. And so after the journey stops and you get a chance, you're going to write everything down that you did experience so that you can share that with me if you'd like. You're more than welcome to reach out, share feedback through the Rec Center or me personally. You can find me on Facebook under Mobile Shaman, and or my name is Dina F. Gilmore on Facebook. And you're always welcome to send me a message if you need help interpreting anything that you experienced during this journey. So like I said, sometimes it can be a little scary or uncomfortable, but I do invite you to try to stay in the journey as much as possible. So again, it's real comparative to a meditation journey or a meditative state where you're in control. So if you have any questions too, also feel free to reach out, whatever it may be. And I highly encourage to please be in a good mental state, meaning if during this pandemic, if you're not in a good emotional mental state, don't do this shamanic journey because it could rock the boat, if you will, or make things more uncomfortable for you. Or, you're just going to have all these stories that are just kind of rolling around your head that'll make it worse for you instead of better, because this is really a chance for you to just disconnect from everything and just connect with yourself, just going within. So that's really what these are for. Shamanic medicine is literally the oldest spiritual practice known to humankind. This has nothing to do with religion whatsoever. So any faith, any religion, this goes well with your current practice. Not anything you need to change or do or incorporate, but it is something you can add into your practice. So just keep that in mind, that the basis of this is just an old ancient spiritual practice. I've studied under 4 different shamans and shamanic practitioners, so I'm highly trained in being able to offer this to you. So I'm going to go over just some basic housekeeping rules as far as shamanic journey goes. 1, if you're doing this with anybody at home, being self-quarantined, just make sure you're not touching one another, because that's a partner journey and that's not what today is for. Also, make sure if you incur anything in your journey, meaning, let's say you're on the journey and you see this beautiful little red fox. You want to make sure that you don't take that fox with you or bring that fox with you in the journey, So you see the fox says, oh, I want to come home with you, and you bring that fox with you. Try not to do that. Same thing if you incorporate Gandalf or a wizard or something that's in the journey, and they're like, oh, I'm here to be your guide, I'm going back with you. Don't bring anyone back with you. No animal or no person. And preferably, touch my face again, sorry. And preferably no rock or anything of that nature that you bring back with you. This is simply a journey just to get you to connect with yourself, especially during this pandemic, especially when, we're away from humans, things like that. So we're all in this together. And this is something that I hope you enjoy, especially if you've never done one before. I hope it just awakens you and expands you a little bit as far as what's possible and what you can do. So without further ado, I am going to do the drumming for you. And again, get in a comfortable position. Make sure you have everything you need. Water near you is fantastic because you might get a little thirsty. It's usually great to be hydrated, which we should anyway, especially in Colorado at this elevation. We need that water anyway. And then if you need an extra blanket or anything to cover up with, your body temperature does tend to cool a little when you take a journey. So make sure you have a blanket nearby, or just go ahead and cover up with that blanket now before we get started. So, and have your pen and paper there ready, and then we'll go into the journey. Hope you enjoy. want you to do is stay laying there for just a moment. Come back into the here and the now. You may need to like pat your arms, pat your legs, those kind of things, pat your chest. Come back into the here and the now from doing this very spiritual journey. So make sure if you have water next to you, you're going to want to take a drink, hydrate yourself. And then as you're ready, get into a seated position and write down everything that you experienced in that journey. Even if it's, I didn't see anything but darkness, or if it actually played out like a movie in your head, write down, take this time to write down everything that you can remember and put today's date if you'd like. I believe today is April 16th, 2020, and record down your date, because sometimes you get information that may not make sense today, but it may make sense in a later date. So take this time to really write that down. Still be in a quiet area, quiet position, making sure you're allowed this time to do so. Okay? And then I'll check back in just a moment. You did great. I hope you enjoyed today's shamanic journey. Again, my name is Dina Gilmore. If you have any questions or anything you'd like to share about that journey, what you experienced, or if you need some personal feedback or some insight into what you experienced, feel free to reach out to me. Again, you can find me on Facebook under Mobile Shaman, and that's out of Denver, Colorado. Or you can also reach me on Facebook. It's Dina F. Gilmore. Or I do have a Gmail. My Gmail is she who heals plenty. So it's SHEWHOHEALSPLENTY@gmail.com. Feel free to reach out to me if you need to use me as a resource, especially during this time. So I wish you all safety. I wish you all health. I hope you're all staying safe wherever you need to be, and self-quarantining or just taking precautions for yourself. So, yep, there goes my timer. So have a great day, everybody.